When I graduated from college, I was still in Southern California, and I worked for a very large investment management firm. So that's a company that takes people's money and tries to invest it to give them a good return over a period of time. So I was in a special program there where I got to work in lots of different departments over a 2-year period, which was great because it gave me exposure to accounting and trading and investing and sales and all the different areas of investment management. Then I went to business school. I moved to the East Coast. I was at Harvard Business School for 2 years. And when I graduated, I had an interesting experience over the summer between my first and second year of business school. And I worked for a person who bought out other companies. And he told me that if I was going to stay in the investment business, that I should go work for a company that made an actual product. So I wasn't just looking at studying companies from afar. I was actually in a company and understood the pressures of manufacturing and testing and producing a product. So I went to go work for a company called Flextronics, which is a technology manufacturer and tester. At the time, they focused on printed circuit board assemblies, those boards that go inside computers. But now they're a much bigger company and they do many other things. But at the time, they were smaller and that's what they did. And I managed manufacturing projects for them. And I did that for a couple of years. And it was an excellent experience because I really understood what it was like when a part was missing. And it was one of 500 parts on a particular product, and we couldn't make a deadline because of that one missing part. So those are the kinds of pressures that you find yourself under when you're in a manufacturing environment that are very different than when you're in an investment environment. So I did that for 2 years, and then I went back into the finance business and worked for an investment banking firm called Drexel Burnham Lambert, which I worked at for 3 years until Drexel collapsed in 1990. Some of the people that I worked with at Drexel in Boston started their own company, and I worked part-time for them over the 5-year period while I was having my 4 children. And then when my 4th child was born, I left the paid workforce entirely and began 6 years at home. And when that 6-year period was up, I was 42 years old, and it was 2001, and I returned to an investment job at Bain Capital, which is here in Boston. It's an investment firm. And stayed there a year. After I left, I became the subject of the case at Harvard Business School, and then subsequently with Vivian got the book contract to write Back on the Career Track, and then we started iRelaunch.